you guys doing today? So today's look is going to be a monochromatic tutorial. I'm going to be doing this as a gold look, however, you can do it with pretty much any color. What you're going to need as far as eyeshadow goes are 3 shades of the same color. The lightest should be the most shimmery, a medium one that is also medium shimmer, and then the deepest one should be matte. And we are going to work in lightest to darkest, most shimmery to most matte, and then add a little bit of a cat eye using that matte deepest color. I'm going to start by adding a transition shade. At least on my coloring, you really can't see the transition shade very well at all, so it doesn't matter much what the color is. However, I think I'm going to use this sort of camel shade. I'm just going to take that on a fluffy crease brush and put that very lightly in my crease. I mean, there's almost no color there. Repeat. Okay. So now we're going to start with the lightest shade. For this, I'm going to do sort of a dirty, it's going to be sort of a dirty gold look. So I'm going to start with this shade, which is from my Maybelline City Mini palette in Chill Brunch Neutrals. I am going to take that on, not that brush, this brush, which is just a tiny little detail brush. And I'm going to put that in both in my inner corner and probably about 1/3 of the way through the lid. I'm not getting quite as much color on that one for some reason. There we are. And I'm just going to use my finger to put it on the inner third of my lid. That's more than 1/3, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to overlap it with the next shade. Okay, so that one's done. That's satisfying. Now I'm going to move to, this is actually a Frankenshadow I made. It's this golden brown. And it is pretty shimmery. Let me see if there's a little swatch of that. And I'm going to put that on basically the inner half of my lid. It'll be overlapping a little bit with that lightest gold that I put in there and extend almost all the way to the outer corner. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to just clean off my fingers so I'm not putting color anywhere I did not originally intend to. And then because I just can't help myself, I need to go into all the palettes apparently. I'm going to use this matte brown from the recent Baroque And where is the brush that I wanted for that? There it is. Going to take that on a pencil brush, and I'm going to put that in my outer corner and extend just a little bit. I'll make sure that I'm in frame so you can see what I'm doing. I feel like well, that's because I grabbed the wrong color. Of course, I'm not getting as much pigment as I thought. There we are. Do you see that shape? Okay. I know it looks bad right now. It's gonna get better, I promise. Maybe I shouldn't promise, but... I have done this before and it's worked out really well. That is what I can say. Now just while I'm at it, I'm also going to put a little bit of that on the lower lash line. For about the first outer half of the lower lash line, maybe. Okay. For the next step, I'm going to need a makeup wipe or makeup remover, or water might even work pretty well. So I will grab that and I'll be back in just one sec. I come bearing eye makeup remover. This is just the Target brand. I find that it works just fine. Okay, I've got that on a cotton round. And I'm just going to fold that to get a nice edge and so there we are. All I did was I took my makeup remover and just swiped across to get these lines on each side, and then I did a little bit of cleanup above on my brow bone. I think that I will actually go into a little bit more of that camel shade that I originally used and just use it to blend out that dark brown a little bit more. Same brush and everything. Okay, so I think that is at least the lid's done. Oh, I took that too far, didn't I? Sure did. I actually ended up taking that brown a little, removing the brown a little too much on this side. So I'm going to put a little bit more down and rework it. Pencil brush, dark brown. Probably gonna have a little bit of a harder time now because there's a little bit of the makeup remover. Okay. Same wipe and everything. Okay, there we are as far as the lid shadows go. I am going to take a little bit more of that sort of dirty gold and just finish the lower lash line. So I'm going to use this little smudger brush for that. Now, as I do my mascara and my eyebrows, I'm just gonna talk through what I did last night. I did one eye with purple and just a little bit of pink. And I did one monochromatic blue eye. In both cases, the shade that I used as my transition was sort of a matte, like sage green. But that did not really show up at all in the final look. I was actually really pleased with how both of them turned out. I think that in the future I am probably more likely to do the purple than the blue, even though I think the blue actually looks prettier in the side-by-side, just because I don't have too many occasions where I feel it's appropriate to wear all blue eyeshadow. Although, of course, I guess I'm staying home in my house for the next, like, several months. So maybe I have a ton of occasion to do it. I think it's so valuable to just have a couple of looks that you can keep sort of as just good standbys, so that whenever you're getting ready or you're running late or, you know, whatever, that you just have something that you know works for you and you can just fill in, you know, sort of paint by numbers, whatever colors you want to use that day. So I filled in my brows. I used just brow powder. I didn't remember to bring my spoolie over, so I'm just gonna have to do that later, no big deal. So now for blush, I'm again gonna use a Frankenshadow that I made. This is sort of a slightly peachy pink with quite a bit of sheen to it. And I'm just gonna dip into that. This is not an intense blush by any means, so I am going to layer it up a little bit with another product that I've pulled. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time pulling product off this. I used this literally last night and it was fine. Okay. So there's that. I'm also going to use this shimmery peachy blush. There we are. I'm going to use that kind of as highlight, kind of as blush. Putting it a little higher than maybe I usually would with my blush because it's also my highlight. Okay, I think we're good on those fronts. Now for lips, we're keeping it very simple and just going in with a nude lip gloss. Okay, and there we are. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will have all of the products that I used listed down below. I will also list the shades that I used in that blue and purple eye that you saw earlier. Of course, you don't need what I'm using. If you really needed what I'm using to get a very similar look, I probably wouldn't have put 2 Frankenshadows that no one else has in this tutorial. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will like and subscribe if you did, so I can see you next time. Bye!